All right, guys, let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me. Today I'm in my home office, so don't mind the background. Please let me know if you can hear me and see me well. This is very important because I have a bunch of settings to make sure that the sound is going through. So guys, actor Jan Park, hi. Let me know if you can hear me. I know you can see me, but I want to make sure that you can hear the sound. So please let me know. Otherwise, yes, I hear and see you. Okay, very good, guys. That's the most important thing for me, so we could have a good communication. Today, we are actually starting something new with you guys. So everybody who is present right now, and a bunch of you is going to be watching this video, this stream, a little bit later. This is why it's new, why we're starting something, because starting today, we are going to be having streams like that on a regular basis, okay? So doesn't matter how many of us today here, it doesn't matter how many people are going to watch us later. For me, the most important thing is to bring value to at least one person, okay? If I can bring the value to one person, and I see there's a bunch of you right now here, Hannah is here, or Hina, Syed is here, Gali is here, actor is here, actor Young Park. So it's very good, guys. It's very good. We have a couple of people watching us live, and trust me, you are not going to regret. Because I have a bunch of things to tell you about the mostly business immigration. However, we are going to be talking about other topics as well. For example, talent visas and national interest waiver visas. And I see there's a bunch of questions. So what I want from you guys, I want you to ask me questions. All right? We are going to spend about 45, maybe up to 60 minutes, and I want to make sure that you get the most out of it. All right? So make sure you drop your questions, whatever is on your mind. If you want to talk more about business immigration visas, it's good. If you want to talk more about national interest waiver visas, no problem. Whatever it is that's on your mind, I want to see in the chat. I see your questions, and I will be answering them. And of course, if there are no questions, I will be passing on something that I think is important. So let's start with a little warm-up while you guys are while you're coming up with the questions. Let me tell you about the recent approvals in my company. Just today in the morning, we got 2 approvals. One approval for O1 visa, the other one for EB1A green card. So let me share some fresh news and what those cases were about. Case number 1 is for O1 visa, a business person from Russia. He's a businessman in IT industry. All right, so his employer was his own company. As you guys know, when we are talking about O1 visa and you don't have an employer, it's possible to open up a company in the US and claim that as an employer. All right, so this is the case about that. The business category, O1 visa, we satisfied at least 5 criteria out of the 8. And we got the approval with no RFE. And RFE is a request for evidence. Congratulations to client number 1. Of course, I cannot yet tell the name, but you guys follow me on Instagram, on YouTube, of course, and we're going to be posting more review videos where our clients are going to be discussing their cases with us and how we close the criteria, how we implemented new strategies, how we worked with the teams. And that's going to be in the future. We're growing, we're developing, and you guys know that my company is almost 100 people. So 100 people, everyone working to get you the results, all right? And we do everyday trainings. We constantly working on the processes in the company, so we get only one purpose, one goal. is the approval for you guys. All right, that's the most important thing. Nothing is more important than that. And the second case is EB1A, extraordinary person. And I love this case, and let me tell you a few details on that. Our client, he's a businessman, and it's a coincidence that both of these are business clients, because we get the clients from all other categories: IT, engineering, doctors, for beauty industry, sport people, whatever it is. But it just happened that today's approvals are in this direction. So this guy, he has business in the field of maple syrup. Okay. I love my clients, guys. I love you who are working with us right now, because each case is so unique. And for example, the case with maple syrup, like, it makes me go crazy, because the talents, they are not general, they're always kind of unique to whatever field that is. So he introduced the new recipes of the syrup. He was the one to develop this industry in his country. He had a bunch of press writing about him. He had a bunch of publications that he did. And all that, guys, happened throughout the 6 months when we worked in his case. All right? And you know that the contracts with my company, they're for 6 months. So if you go for O1 visa, national interest waiver visa, EB1A, L1, E2, it doesn't matter. We can do it for 6 months just to get it done, file it, and get you an approval. All right? So both these approvals, they started about 6.5 months ago, because 6 months took us to prepare the petitions and about 2 weeks to get them expedited approval for their visas. So these guys are already coming here to the States to work and live. So congratulations to my clients, and you guys can become one of them. And let's see what you got for me. I prefer you give me your best questions, okay? Your best concerns, whatever is on your mind. Yes, the topic today is the changes in a business immigration, but you know that I specialize in talent, investment, and business visas. So whatever questions you have about those, drop them right now. Okay, so Gali, this might not be related to my case since I'm not looking international interest waiver. Well, Gali, let me know what you are into. Let me know what kind of case you have. And okay, I see that down below you're talking about it. I'm interested in national interest waiver. I passed the free screening, but I'm really worried about the next step and cost for the whole process. All right, Gali. Let's talk about this, guys. You know that I'm not like many immigration attorneys. I'm not going to charge you any money just to tell you if you have a case or not. All right? And you guys know how it works. Everybody knows. If you want to touch the immigration attorney in the States, if you want to just, pinch the attorney or maybe touch him or maybe slap him, I don't know what kind of emotions you guys have, you have to pay money. Right? You have to pay at least $300. Some people charge $400, some charge $500, up to whatever. Right? I'm not like that. I'm not like that. Why? Because you can fill out the questionnaire that I have for any type of visa. Talent, EB2 national interest waiver, EB5, L1, E2, doesn't matter. I have a questionnaire for each one of them. And you fill it out. Yes, you're going to spend 20 minutes. There's a lot of questions, but I will tell you, I will evaluate your case, and I'll tell you if it's a good case or not, if it makes sense to go to the next step or it doesn't make any sense, okay? And I do it for free for you. So that's one of the processes, and by that you can tell that we're really looking at the results, all right? Of course, I would love you guys to pay me, and this is a business. I have to pay my employees because 100 employees cost a lot of money. So we have to get the clients that pay us. But the result, the green card or the work visa, is much more important to me than just being getting paid for no reason. Okay? I like to get paid to get the result. So the first step is free. Okay? I'm gonna tell you. All right, Gali or Hina, you are a good candidate for national interest waiver or L1, whatever visa that is. Okay, that's what I'm gonna tell you for free. If you want to know more, if you want me to draft an initial strategy for you, and it's going to be a written document, maybe up to 10 pages, a lot of work, then you have to schedule a complex immigration planning. So, Gali, I can't remember your case from the top of my mind, okay, because we have a lot of clients. But if in your free analysis and your initial evaluation, I told you through the manager, Gali, your case is good, maybe it needs some improvement, maybe it needs some little modifications, little things to happen. That means you're gonna have a pretty good case, and yes, you're gonna spend money, but you probably in 90% approval rate, you're gonna have the result. Okay, so the next step after the initial free analysis is the complex immigration planning, and it has two phases. Phase number one, you meet with a data manager. That's a trained specialist who's gonna suck out all information from you. Okay, everything that I need to draft the initial strategy, and that meeting is gonna take you up to an hour, sometimes a little bit more. And then in a couple of days, phase number two, you meet with me for half an hour. I already have everything I need from you, okay? Your work experience, your achievements, your past projects, your education, press about you, the conferences you went to, your businesses, everything, okay? So I already created the initial strategy for your case, which you're gonna receive after we finish, and I'm gonna tell you what's your final qualification, if national interest waiver is good or if it's not, okay? And also, I'll give you the strategy for at least one program. Sometimes I do for 2, for 3, depending on your case. And all that is just for 350. And again, guys, today's meeting is not. I'm not gonna sell you anything. You know me, I wanna bring you the value. But if you want the help of the professional, if you want the initial strategy in your case, which is gonna be a very good document, very in-depth, no one is doing this. Okay, no one ever done this, and I don't see anybody doing this in the future. Only my company is doing this. When you have this 3-step process, which is really cheap, relatively cheap. Okay, and then if you see that there is a potential, you have the strategy, you know exactly what I'm going to be asking you for. If I tell you, Gali, I will need 2 academic publications from you. Okay, you're going to know it before you hire me. Okay, I don't want no surprises. I want to make sure that we're clear and everybody understands what needs to be done in order to implement my strategy, and you get the result. Okay, and if you guys do what I tell you, if you follow my strategy, your approval rate is 90 to 95%. Okay, that's a lot. That's a lot. No one is giving you that. Okay, so Gali, don't be shy. Schedule the complex immigration planning. Yes, it's not going to be free anymore. You already passed your free analysis, but you will definitely know exactly what needs to be done. All right? Okay, let's move on. And guys, I'm standing today because I cannot sit. Okay? I have a little weakness. This is my lower back. Sometimes I cannot sit. So don't mind me standing. I actually like to be standing. It gives me more energy. Let me know if you guys have this problem. Maybe you can help me to fix it. All right. What exactly is business immigration? What should be the minimum cost? Actor Young Park. Business immigration means that you are coming to the States to do one out of 2 things. Number 1, start up your business. Okay, so there is nothing. There is no business, there is no employees, there is no operations, there is none. Okay, so that's one of the options. You come, you open up your, you already have your business registered, but you start your operations, you start developing your startup, and then depending on how good you are, how well you go through this process, you may get a green card in the future. Okay, so this is option number 1. Option number 2, there is an existing business and you come and you continue to develop it and scale it. Maybe you invest more money in it. Okay, business immigration has 3 programs, 3 classic programs, let's put it this way: L1 visa, E2 visa, and EB5 visa. Those are the classic business immigration visas. And of course, each one of them has a specific criteria and has specific way of how we present information to the immigration officer. Okay? However, there is more to this. We have O1 visa. This is a talent visa, but like I told you about the fresh 2 approvals in my company, which just came today in the morning, O1 visa for businessmen in IT, so in IT industry, meaning that he's talented as a business, but his business in IT sphere, in IT field, okay? So it's a talent visa, but it's business related, okay? So basically add O1 to this list. Also EB1A in business, just like the second client, guys. You see how things are lining up today? We got 2 approvals, both of them different programs, which are not the classic business immigration visas. So no L1, no E2, nor EB5, but O1 and EB1A. Yes, talent visas, but in business, okay? So this is also business immigration. And also on top of that, EB2 national interest waiver. It also has to do with business, one way or the other. And just recent approval that we got for this visa for our client who is a businessman from ex-Soviet Republic, so he's from Russia, and his business was the special glue that he used for farmers to create more yield for the harvest. Okay, so those farmers that used his special glue that he innovated, he didn't invent it, but he paid the money to people, to chemists, to biologists, I don't know, the people who are smart, not like me, right? The smart people. So he paid the money, they created the glue, he used it with farmers, he has a track record for maybe 5 to 7 years. And there's a proof that whoever used his glue got 30% more yield, meaning they got more food, more harvest, okay? So we got him EB2 national interest waiver based on his business endeavor, on his project. Yes, EB2 national interest waiver is not business visa, but it could be used as a business immigration, all right? Actor Young Park. No one explained it better to you than I did. Okay, so this is in short. So each of these programs has its specifics. All right, let's move on. Let's see. And guys, drop as many questions as you can because yes, I have things to say to you, but I want to answer the questions. Okay, Shikar Chandra. How about Indian nationalities? Do Indians eligible for the business visa? Are Indians eligible for business visa? Of course, of course. My people from India, I love you. Okay, I love you. You guys great. You're smart. Some of you are very wealthy. I know that you don't like to spend money. Fine with me. I also like to be to spend less money than more. No problem, no problem. But there is a huge problem with India, and that's problem called EB2 and EB3 visas. Why? Because a huge backlog from your country. If you're born in India and you want to get your green card through EB2, including EB2 national interest waiver, but also including the labor certification process, or EB3, you guys gonna wait forever. Okay, so no Indians are actually doing EB2 or EB3 because of this huge backlog. That means that a lot of people from India filed for those petitions, and that's why now you have to wait. So because you have to wait for so long, no one wants to wait for 10, 12 years. No one's ready, okay? So what you got left? You got left only H1B. This is non-immigrant visa. And there's a lottery behind H1B and maybe 25% winning chance. So basically you may win, but you may not. More likely you will not win the lottery than you will, okay? Because it's 25%, 1 in 4. Also, you have O1 and you have L1, okay? And I think O1 and L1 for Indians are underrated, okay? I don't think that all Indian nationals actually realize that O1 and L1 are not only available to you, but also they may lead to green cards with no backlog. Magic, okay? Why? Stanislav, why? How? I didn't know that L1 or O1 can lead to, not only Indians actually, L1 or O1 can lead to a green card from any nationality, but because Indians have such a limited scope how they can get the green cards, those are the best options. Those are the best options, guys. There is no magic pill. No attorney is going to give you invent some visa that's not in existence, that's not in the law. Okay, so we have to use what's available, and those visas are readily available for you. Not only you will come to the States in about 8 months, all right, and 8 months if you work with my company. I don't know about everybody else. 6 months the contract, 2 months the embassy, all right. But once you're here, and again, if you follow my strategy, how to get a green card, transferring from O1 and L1 to the green card, and the transfer is as follows: O1 transfers to EB1A, and there is no wait time for Indians, and you guys are smart, okay? You have achievements. You just don't know about it, because why? Because you didn't get the free evaluation from me, okay? All right, if there is a moderator, and I believe there's a moderator in this chat, please drop the link for the free evaluation for talent visas and for business visas. So for those of you guys that didn't use this option in my company, you could do it. It's free, okay? I will tell you if your case is good or not. Then we'll see. So L1 transfers to EB1C. And actually, EB1C, going back to your question, Actor Young Park, EB1C is also another business visa. It's a sister of L1 visa. Same criteria, pretty much same law, but a little bit more employees. It's L1 and EB1C visas are more about employees. The more employees you have in a US company, the better for you, the closer we're to the green card. How many employees should we have on L1 visa to get EB1C? At least 8, okay? 8 people working in your company, you're at the top. You have 2-3 managers and 4 or 5 subordinates, people who do the work. So that we can get you the green card like that. So my people from India, guys, you have a lot of options. You just don't know about them. But make sure you understand what's O1 visa and L1 visa, because those are leg in the door visas, I call them, okay? Yeah, like you put your leg to the door and then you see what happens. Okay, let's move on. Rubem, and I'm sorry guys if I mispronounce your names, because sometimes the spelling is crazy. Which is the fastest visa to get considering that I have a job offer? Engineering, bachelor's and master's degree, 10 years work experience in the field. Sometimes EB national interest waiver would be faster than EB2. Okay, so Ruben, and again, I apologize if I mispronounce your name. First of all, I need to know where you're from, okay? Because the country is important. But let's assume you're not from the country that has a backlog for whatever reason, okay? If you are choosing between EB2 and EB2 national interest waiver, it's not only about how fast they are, because obviously EB2 national interest waiver is faster because there is no labor certification process. And labor certification process can take a year and a half, maybe 2 years, maybe even more. Okay, and EB2 national interest waiver doesn't have that. We just need to provide the proposed endeavor, national interest, national importance, substantial merit, that you're well positioned, and things like that. I hope you guys watch all my videos, because these streams, actually for those of you who are intermediate to advanced, okay, not for the beginners. Beginners is going to be very hard to understand what I'm saying, because I'm using the terms, I'm using the criteria, and you get to watch my videos on YouTube or follow me on Instagram to understand those criteria, okay? So, Difference between EB2 and EB2 national interest waiver is not only the labor certification, although it's important because it takes a lot of time, but what is your employer's work? What's their business? Is it in the national interest? Or it's just a regular job offer? Okay? Because if there is no national interest in whatever they do, but they may, but it may be not, then EB2 national interest waiver is not for you. Then you have to go through EB2 or EB3 process. But your initial question was, what's the fastest visa, provided that I'm an engineer, I have 10 years experience, I have a job offer? Well, it sounds to me like O1 visa is the best option for you to start. Okay? Why? Because if you engineer with more than 10 years of experience, first of all, you probably have critical and leading role in a company with a high reputation. Okay? I don't know that, but I assume. Then, maybe you have some publications. If you have master's degree, you probably wrote some academic articles. Okay? Then, you'll definitely get press about you. You work with the PR agencies, you'll get the press. So, off the bat, we already have 3 criteria for you. Okay? And I didn't even see your answers to the questionnaire. So make sure you guys fill out the questionnaires for your type of visas. And again, I'm not sure if there's a moderator. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, I just want to make sure you get the links to the free evaluations for your case, because it's very important. Okay, so yes, engineer with 10 years experience, there's a huge potential just without knowing anything else that this is O1 visa. Okay, and you guys know that for 8 years of practice, almost 8 years of practice, out of I don't know how many O1 visas we filed, we have only 1 denial. Okay, so it kind of says that we know what we're doing. All right, and especially if you're in a STEM industry: science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. All right, so if you engineer IT, if you do analysis of the data, if you're a doctor, whatever that is from the STEM category, if you're in math, then the chances of you getting approval is like close to 100%. I cannot give you 100 because it's illegal, but it's close to that. All right. So Ruben, I would go O1, EB2, either national interest waiver if the business is in the national interest, or EB2 through the labor certification. All right. And if you choose EB2 through the labor certification, you have to start both visas at the same time. Okay, because the first part of labor certification is going to take you a year and a half, maybe more, and it has nothing to do with the immigration process. So while you're doing your labor certification with your employer, you're finishing up your case for O1, you're getting in the country, you start working, and you continue your EB2. All right, so this is the best way. Okay, Gali, this is helpful, thank you. All right, no problem. Thank you for good questions. What is the smallest company related to the O1 visa? How many people do I need in total for company? And does it have to be someone else hiring me? Great question, Spark. In my experience, I had O1 visa companies with 0 employees. Okay, the minimum amount of employees is 0. All right, so it's not about how many people work in the company for O1. Okay, it's not about that. If we're talking about L1 visa, yes, this is important. O1, it's not about that. So it could be no employees, it could be 1 employee, it could be whatever. If it's your company, then you have to have a board, advisory board if it's an LLC, or a board of directors if it's a corporation. Just as you asked, to have someone to hire you, okay? To split the conflict of interest. Because if you are the owner and if you are the one who hires, then you cannot fire yourself for whatever reason, right? There's a conflict of interest. So you gotta have other people in the company that will be doing this function, and they don't have to be Americans. Okay, they can be from a country. All right, let me guys drink some water. All right, let's go. Young Park. I've heard that LLC require an SSN and that California specifically pays extra annual taxes. Is there a kind of company for my O1 visa and tax minimization? Okay, it's a good question. There's a lot going on here. I would call it's actually 3 questions in one. All right, so I think I'm getting it. So LLC. So let me tell you this, guys, and I don't talk often about this in my videos because I just don't get to this point. But if you get LLC or you get the C corp, it's not SSN. SSN is a social security number, and it's for person, for individual. Okay, I have SSN, my wife has SSN, my kids have SSN. Okay, we are persons, we're people, humans. If we're talking about companies, it's called EIN. It's not SSN. All right? Remember the difference. It's important. SSN for the person, EIN for the company. Employment Identification Number. Okay? It's abbreviation. So, yes, for any LLC or any S Corp, you need EIN. All right? A foreigner can get EIN through the accountants. Okay, we offer this this service also. All right, we charge more. So if you want to do everything with Stanislav, you'll have to pay a little bit more for this type of service. If you don't want to pay more, you can go to an accountant, they can get it to you. Okay, it's called EIN. Without EIN, you will not be able to open the bank account. All right, so you have to have articles of incorporation and EIN in order to go to the bank and get your business checking open. Without that, impossible. All right? So this is number 1. Number 2, California has taxes not only on business, and we are talking about corporation. Okay? LLC, no. I don't think any state has additional tax on LLC. I don't think so. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure if you open up LLC in any state, you are not going to pay extra taxes on that company. With the C Corp, corporation type C, okay, there is a S Corp and there's a C Corp. We're not going to discuss the difference today, but just remember for the purposes of today's stream, if you're a foreigner, you cannot open S Corp. You have to open C Corp. Yes, technically you will be able to, but this is illegal, so there could be problems, okay? So make sure if there is at least one foreign owner in your corporation, it has to be C Corp, okay? And if it's a C Corp, then almost every state has additional tax on a C Corp, including Florida. That's where I am, okay? On a C Corp, S Corp is different. I believe there are 2 states that don't impose additional tax on C Corp. I believe it's Wyoming and one of the Dakotas. Don't quote me on that, okay? But I think it's 2 states, Wyoming and one of the Dakotas, if I'm not mistaken. Nobody wants to open in those states because there is nothing over there, all right? Some of my clients do it because there's some other advantages. But some states, including California and New York, they impose additional tax not only on the C Corp, but also on your personal income. All right? This is very important to understand. If you live in California, whatever you make as a person, not as a company, you're going to pay a few more percent to the state of California on top of your federal taxes. Federal taxes is all the same, anywhere. It doesn't matter you live in Hawaii, Florida, Georgia, Alabama, you're going to have your federal taxes. But almost every state. I think there are only 9 states in the US. Okay, 9 states. Florida is one of them. Texas and Florida, one of them, who do not impose additional individual taxes. All right, that's why I live in Florida. Not only I love the weather, you guys cannot see on the outside today because I'm working from my home office today, but it's a blue sky. It's 25 Celsius, for those who understand Celsius, probably around 75, 80 Fahrenheit. Beautiful, okay? All year round, sometimes hotter. So Florida does not impose any taxes. California does. So if you open up C Corp in California and you live there, not only you're going to pay additional taxes on your C Corp, on the income, but also your individual taxes. So choose the state wisely. All right, I think it was a very detailed answer. You guys loved it, right? You guys love my detailed answers. Smash that like button if you guys like how I answer your questions today. Please give me some love. Smash that like button to show me that you appreciate what I do for you. All right, so let's move on. Farhad. Hi, Shamayev. Please talk about the estimated time of the whole process to get the visa. Thanks, you're the best. Yes, of course we're the best. Thank you, Farhad, for the comment. I need the visa. Okay, if you guys ask me a question about how long the process is gonna take, make sure you tell me which visa you want. Okay, because difference between L1, EB5, and EB2 could be huge. All right. But not to waste the question, let me answer conceptually. So if it's a non-immigrant visa, L1, E2, O1, H1 I don't take. Just let's talk about L1, E2, O1. L1, E2, O1. So the ones that I'm specializing in, okay? If you work with me, I don't know about other attorneys, okay? I don't know how the processes are. It's 6 months, the contract with me to get the petition ready and file it, and about 2 months for the embassy, if you're not in the States. If you are in the States, once we filed, we got your approval, you can start working immediately. All right? No wait. If you need to travel, you need to make sure that you schedule interview with the embassy and before you leave the States, if you change the status. If you're outside of the States, it's about 2 months. Why is it 2 months? Well, because each embassy has the process how to file for a work visa and a wait time. Okay, it could be anywhere from 2 weeks up to 8 weeks, even up to 12 weeks. All right, but as I like to say 2 months because you guys from Pakistan, from India, from Brazil, from South Africa, from Australia, from UK, each embassy is different. Okay, so about 2 months. So once you start working with me, you will be entering to the States with your non-immigrant work visa in about 8 months. Okay, if we are talking about EB1A, EB2, EB1C, those three, because EB2, EB3, they are a little bit different because there's a labor certification process. And EB5 is different because they're about 1.5 years if you're outside of the States. Okay? Same, 6 months working with my company, with my team, who's gonna lead your case by my strategy, filing, and then the rest of the time, it's an immigration process. Okay? What is the immigration process? Is working with NVC, National Visa Center, and then basically waiting for your interview. So it could be anywhere from 6 to 12 months. So I like to say 9 months. All right. If you are in the States right now, those clients that we get approvals at this point, they get their green card from 2 to 4 months, really fast. Actually, let me tell you something, guys. Yesterday, we got an approval from one of our clients who is in the States and got approval for EB1A a couple of months ago. We got her travel document, the advance parole, it's called, okay? That she, while she's waiting for her green card, she can go outside of the US and travel, okay? Usually, before, it was about a year. About a year. Right now, we got it for 1.5 months. It's not because Stanislav is a magician. No, I wish I could say that, okay? Yes, we're great, but we're not magicians. But it seems that USCIS is speeding up all kind of work permits and advanced paroles, all right, while you wait for your green card. So green card is also pretty fast, 2 to 4 months. But other documents, they can come even faster. Your work permit, like a month after your approval of your I-140. Okay, really fast. All right. So, and guys, take it with a grain of salt, because the immigrant process that I mentioned to you a year and a half, that's provided that priority dates are current. Okay, for EB1A, they're almost always current. So EB1A, EB1C. For EB2, you have to look at the visibility. Okay, so that's, you have to mind that. Okay, let's move on. Okay. Hi Shamayev, how long does it take to get L1 visa approximately? Thank you. Okay, Farhad, I already answered the question. Okay, thank you for that you specified it's L1 visa. So it's about 8 months. And by the way, guys, L1 visa is one of the most document-intensive visas. Okay, maybe even more document-intensive than EB1A, which are usually this big. Okay, EB1A is huge. It's minimum 500 pages. Could be up to 1,500 pages. The smallest EB1A visa I got in my career was maybe like 100 pages for Olympic champion. All right, if you're an Olympic champion or a World Cup champion in a sport, maybe your petition is going to be this big. For anybody else, it's going to be huge. So L1 visa, their petitions are big. A lot of documents, finances, descriptions, the employees, the CRM, the taxes, the business plan, a lot of documents, okay? So if you are going for L, and it doesn't mean you don't have to do it. Oh, Stanislav, there's a lot of documents, I'm out. No, every visa has a lot of documents, okay? Everyone, someone is bigger, another one is smaller, L1 is, of course, is bigger, but you have to be ready to work, okay? Work, guys, because it's not that you pay the attorney and you get the team and you're like, oh my God, everything's going to get done. No way. There's no way. Even if we won't be able to, okay? Because you have to produce the documents, all right? Yes, you have the strategy. Yes, you have the templates. Yes, you have the examples, all that. But it's on you to produce a document for me. And then we have 4-step verification process for each document. Okay, let's see. We're doing good, guys. We're doing good. We're gonna go for another 15 minutes because I'm getting hungry, and my wife made just a really good borscht. If you guys never tried borscht, the Russian beet soup, you're missing out. Okay, make sure you try it at least once in your lifetime, and add the sour cream. All right. Okay, so let's see. One more question: do you offer approval or refund policy? No refunds, no payment on approval. We offer 9 out of 10 approvals. Okay, 9 out of 10 cases get approval. So you have a team working with you. You have at least 5 people in your team, guys. Okay, you have total maybe up to 10 people working on your case. It doesn't matter, L1, EB1, it doesn't matter, you have a lot of people. I cannot make your approval contingent, okay? Because then all these people, what? They work for free? It's impossible, okay? No refund policy, no refund on the denials. We always get no denials, okay? So if it happens, we offer you a 50% discount on refiling of the case, all right? And this is always working for free. So that's what it is. Mamohan, hi Shamayev, want to know more about L1 visa. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, guys. Today is Business Immigration Day, so let's. I'm not going to go deep because for that you're going to watch my videos. But let's discuss Let's do this, guys. You're gonna love it, I promise. Let's do the fastest ever self-qualification for L1 visa. Okay? No one will ever do it for you. No attorney has this. Only Stanislav Shamayev has it, so get ready. In 5 seconds, you're gonna know if you qualify for, if you're a good candidate for L1 visa, okay? Qualify or not qualify, it's different, if you're a good candidate. So, you need to answer this one question, okay? And this only applies to L1 visa for a new office. So for a startup business, you have your business outside of the States, okay? There's 15 employees or more, and you want to open up affiliated company in the States, okay? Affiliated means that both companies have the same control for to direct and control the companies. So basically 51% and 51% at least. So that new company in the States that you're gonna come and scale and grow and will get you L1 regardless of your business idea, okay? But I'm not the attorney who's concerned to take your money and just get your approval and that's it, and do whatever you want. No, I'm looking 3-5 years ahead. So I want to make sure you get successful. You're gonna get your extension and maybe even your green card. All right. So I'm thinking 3 to 5 years ahead. So your business in the States, the new startup, the new office, when you go for L1 visa, it has to hire at least 5 employees at the end of year 1. Got it? If your business idea does not encompass 5 people at the end of year 1, you're not gonna get extended. All right? Yes, I'll get you L1 visa, no problem. But if you can extend it, if you cannot extend it in a year, what's the sense? What's the purpose? Zero. No purpose, okay? Unless you just want to start a business, okay, it's not 5 employees, but it's working, it's operational, and it makes money, and then you leave, but the business is working, okay, that I can see. But if it's L1 visa with a possible AB1C, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of your time, it's a waste of my time, and it's a waste of money and resources, okay? So this doesn't make sense. And on top of that, year 3, so year 1, 5 people, year 3, 8 people. Okay? 8 people. If your business idea does not foresee this amount of employees in your business, L1 visa is not for you. Okay? You need to look at O1, you need to look at EB2, national interest waiver, maybe at E2 if you're from the right country, okay? But not L1, because you're gonna waste a lot of money, a lot of time, and no result. And I don't like that, okay? I like the result. I don't care about no result. All right. Mama Han, let me know if it was cool. All right. Self-qualification, really fast. If you even should start thinking about it. Okay. Okay, a couple more questions, guys. Let's see. L18 approval rate for Indians and how long it will take for all the process. Well, the process I already mentioned. Approval rate, guys. Let's make it straight. Okay. For me, it doesn't matter the country. If you're from Russia, you're from Kazakhstan, you're from India, you're from Pakistan. I have clients from 50 plus countries in the world. Okay? You name the country, I probably have a client from there. Okay? So, for me, it doesn't matter you're from India. What matters for me is whether you can give me the documents that satisfy the criteria for L1. That's number 1, what I care about. And number 2, that not only we get you approval for L1, but we'll get you an extension in a year. And then we get you EB1C once you get the 8 employees in your company. That's what I care about, okay? Country, I don't care, all right? If you have the case, if I qualified you, you're gonna have approval for your visa regardless of which country you're from with a very, very high success rate. All right, let's move on. Hello, host. Canada life in nature. People from Canada, I love you. we get you approvals for across all visas. Yeah, E2 is the most popular for our Canadian citizens. Actually, let me guys tell you the story. I have a family from Canada. We got him 4 E2 visas, mama and papa, and 3 kids. Okay, the whole family moved to the US through our company with E2 visa. All right, it wasn't easy, but we made it. Okay, for EB1A, if you have been approved, the green card is for 10 years. Yes, yes, exactly. Any EB1, EB2, EB3, EB4. So 4 categories of employment-based visas, all for 10 years. Okay? The only exception is EB5. You get a 2-year conditional green card based on the 10 employees, 10 jobs that were created. If it's a passive investment, it's being taken care of by the regional center, to whom you paid $800,000 of the clean money, okay? If it's an active investment, you are responsible to create those 10 jobs, okay? So then, after 2 years, EB5, 10-year green card. But the citizenship is going to be counted from the first green card, okay? 5 years after you got your first green card. Okay, good questions, guys, good questions. Can you charge credit card for your fees? Absolutely, absolutely. There is no problem. Credit card, debit card, rubles, rupees, yens, euros, Bitcoin, USDT. It doesn't matter. Okay, guys, make sure there are the links to the free evaluation. They're just dropping in the chat right now. Okay, if you didn't go through the free evaluation process for the type of visa you think you're good for, you're shooting yourself in the foot. Okay, so make sure you click on the links, you fill out all the questions. Okay, you answer all the questions in detail. The more details you give me, the better your analysis. All right, and all the links are right here. Okay, a couple of more questions. Jamil, how big business has to be for L1 visa? Jamil, I already answered this question. I believe that your question was just a little bit late. Okay, I think I already answered it. If you're asking about your business outside of the US, it's called a foreign company. Okay, from the standpoint of US, it's a foreign company. There is no requirement in the law. Okay, the law is silent on this. The law says you have to prove you're a manager or executive or a person with specialized knowledge. But Stanislav requires, okay, you guys got it? 15 employees. Okay, why? Stanislav, why 15? Where did you get this number? Who told you this? No one told me this number. Okay, this is from my experience, guys, because I practiced almost 8 years in my company and more than 10 years in American jurisprudence. So I filed a lot of L1 cases. All right, so I know how to get approval for L1 visa. And to be successful, I need to see that your foreign business has about 15 plus employees. Stanislav, I have only 13. Okay, we can work with it. Okay, as long as the structure is right, you know, there's a 3-step control and direct system. You have the paperwork and everything. Okay, but it has to be close to 15 and more. Stanislav, not all the employees are employed officially. No problem, as long as you have control over those people. All right. And if we talk about the American business, it has to be, if it's an existing business, let's say you own the company and it's existing and you want to transfer yourself and get a 3-year visa, because for the new office it's a 1 year, with 2 years extensions up to 7 years. If it's an existing business, it's a 3-year L1 and then 2 more extensions up to 7 years, unless you file for EB1C. So if it's an existing L1 business in the States, then it has to be 8 employees and more. Okay? If it's a new business, it's 0, but by the end of year 1, and I already spoke about it, 5 people, out of which 1 or 2 are managers. So You manage the managers, and managers manage the other employees. Okay? And in 3 years, it's also 8 employees with 2 or 3 managers. So you're at the top, you manage 2 or 3 managers, and they manage the other people. Okay? Okay, gentlemen, we have 15 independent contractors as W-9 tax form employees. Well, if it's in the US, this could be a problem. Okay, this could be a problem. If it's outside of the US, but you have a total control over them, I can work with it. Okay. Farhad, how can we start up a business for L1 when we can't enter to US? Farhad, there is no requirement to be in the US to start a business. You can register the company without being in the States. You can get EIN number without being in the States. You can even open up a bank account not being in the States. Yes, it's going to cost you more money. We can open up your bank account for $3,000 if you are not in the States. All right, so it's possible. Yes, it's going to cost you more money, but it's, again, you can do this, and it's going to be a federally insured bank with a business checking. So it's possible. It's possible to find the office for yourself and rent it without being here, and that's good enough for L1. Of course, business plan and everything else, so it goes on top of it. Anna, L1 for Indians is the same processing time or more? Anna, it's the same. Okay, there's no difference. If you're from India, from Pakistan, you're from Nicaragua, you're from Argentina, you're from Venezuela, you're from Russia, you're from Romania, Hungary, Nigeria, doesn't matter. Okay, 6 months is the length that will work with you. And you guys know, I keep saying it, 6 months, 6 months, 6 months. It doesn't matter, it's EB5. It's the only 2 exceptions is EB2 and EB3 if I go with the labor certification, just because it's a lengthy process, okay? It's not gonna be 6 months. But everything else, any visa, it's 6 months or less to prepare your documents, to send it, and to likely get an approval. Okay, and then you're depending on type of visa, non-immigrant, immigrant. If you guys missed the beginning of the stream, next time don't miss it, because I explained the difference between non-immigrant and immigrant process. Not going to repeat myself. You can rewatch. Okay, last question from Hina. How can we get IN number in USE and USA? I believe you're asking ITIN. You can get through any accountant, any licensed accountant. And how long time to getting after, and how long this broken English, and no problem. I'm not laughing at anybody, but it's hard to understand. So I guess the question, Hina, I don't know what the question is. I cannot discern what are you asking. So how long what? How long to get the visa, to get your bank account, to get the process going? Yes, ITN. So to get ITIN, it's probably up about 2 months. Okay, so it's a 2 months process. All right, guys, I'm gonna get my borscht. I'm really hungry. So I think it was very productive. Do not forget to go with the links that are in the chat right now and fill out the questionnaires for business visas, for talent visa, for EB2 national interest waiver. If you fill out those questionnaires today, guys, I'm gonna get back to you within 2 days, within 48 hours, okay? Don't miss this opportunity. Get your free analysis, your free evaluation, and schedule the complex immigration planning. If you want to schedule the complex immigration planning today, the next available date is going to be about June 5th or June 6th, maybe even more. Okay, so don't wait, and especially that we're going to change in the prices. July 1st, guys, I'm giving you a heads up because you come into my streams, so you get the best insights. Starting July 1. We are going to change how much we're going to charge for the visas, and we're going to have different packages. For each visa, we're going to have at least 3 packages. So if you want to hire us for the prices we have today and all these services included, make sure you do it before the July 1st. All right. So it was good. Guys, let's meet more often. Please follow me all the announcements on YouTube and on Instagram regarding the streams. We're going to do it more often, and we're going to talk about approvals. We're going to talk about the visas, the criteria, and I'm going to answer all your questions. This was Stanislav Shamayev, the lawyer of the future. Your future begins here. Good luck.